Hey everyone, Dr. Frunkey here with a review and final diagnosis on the Reate Knives Starboy. This knife is a collaboration with custom knife maker and French designer Tashi EDC. You can go back and check out my unboxing video on this. This is a very highly anticipated knife because Tashi is a well-known designer, among one of the most popular, the most sort of friendly guys, and he's very, very present in the community, and he's a whole lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun in interacting with him over the last year or so. I haven't met him personally, but I would like to, and maybe I will one day. In any case, his design language is one of the most unique in the knife industry, and maybe one of the best. He really has a large following, and that's for good reason. All of his knives are absolutely stunningly beautiful. He's done a lot of different knives. He's actually done a couple with Reate already. He did the Future model, which was a full integral frame lock. I actually had that video on my channel, and then I had a discussion video about integrals like this Peter Rosenti Nirvana right here. But the other knives that he's done, he's collaborated with Fox Knives on the Phoenix. He collaborated with McGinnis Knives on the Rowdy High Tech, which I have a video of that. And then he did the CKF Muscle, and that's just to name a few. He's had quite a few models over the years get picked up by production manufacturers. But this year, this is the first of two models that are going to be designed by Tashi for Reate Knives. The other one is going to be called the Baby Machine, based on his custom model, the Machine, and that one should be very neat as well. This one comes in with the sort of classic designing, just like the Future. It's sort of a scaled down version of the Future, and that's sort of what Reate was going for on this. They actually described this as a smaller version for those folks that thought the Future was a little bit too big. And the similarities are striking. The handle shape is very similar. This one is sort of a pseudo-integral, which is traditional Tashi design, two pieces like this with no standoffs. It's a really nice construction. And it absolutely looks beautiful. I think that I'm a big fan of this design. I talked about some of the quirks of the blade shape in the unboxing, and we'll get into that here with this video. So we did this in the unboxing video, but it's always good to have some hard numbers for any review here. So you've got 3 inches of cutting length, about 3.5 inches of blade, maybe 3.3 inches of blade, something like that. About 3.75 back to the pivot, about 7.5 inches overall. 4.25 inches on the handle, give or take, and about 3.75 inches of grip area. So it's a relatively small knife, and it fits right into the EDC size category. Here's a paramilitary 2 for a size comparison. Here's a Mannix 2. I'll bring out maybe another familiar small knife. Here is a Chris Reeves Knives in small Inkosi with the Insingo blade. Here is a Chris Reeves Knives tie lock. So you'll see that it is an actual relatively small knife. Here's a Benchmade Anthem. And so you can see it's smaller than that. If you go back to my unboxing video, at that time I had a couple of smaller ZTs that I think were excellent size comparisons with this knife. So let's go ahead and get a few more specs on this guy right here. We'll zero my calipers. The overall width is coming in just over 0.5 inches at 0.54, and the blade stock is 158 thousandths. So it's a strong knife, it's overbuilt, it's well built, and it's super, super nice. So let's break it down anatomically. Up front is about 3.25 inches of cutting length of an RWL 34 blade steel blade right here. RWL 34 being chemically similar to CPM 154. This one has been done by Damasteel. So Damasteel is a company out of Europe that does amazing Damascus stainless steels. This is one of their proprietary steels. It's a powdered metallurgy process, and it's a fine steel. Some people complain that it's not quite fancy enough. They'll complain about CPM 154, but I have never had any problem with it. Great stain resistance, and it takes a nice fine edge. I have nothing to complain about. It's not the best steel in the world, and some people have said at this price point, around $330, that they'd like to see a higher end steel. Now you can get this for $430 with the Damasteel blade, but the RWL is the standard form. And this comes with a beautiful machine satin finish. This time they've managed to send me a blade with no defects on it. The first blade had some serious spotting on it. I'm not sure where it was from, but this one is very clean. Moving back, it runs on ceramic ball bearings. This example is even smoother somehow than the last one I had. Unbelievable smoothness. The one thing that I don't really like about the design is the fact that the sort of stop pin stuff is all exposed to the elements here. There are quite a few knives that are designed like this, but I feel like if you had integrated that internal post and had maybe it go up here rather than out here, it might work a little bit better. This is going to collect a lot of dust in the pocket and require cleaning. Now, this knife is going to be very easy to maintain. It's only got 3 screws and a very simple internal construction, and so it will be easy to clean, but I wish that I didn't have to do that. Now, moving back to the handles, this thing is very, very nice. I love the ergonomics of this handle. Super comfortable in the hand. Even my larger hand here wraps all the way around. My pinky actually gets around that little area right there and actually holds it quite securely, so I really like that. For larger hands too, you can choke up on the blade. Your thumb rests nicely on this part right here. I'm starting to see the functionality of this right now. You can actually sort of get a little bit of some precision work going by placing your thumb right on that little ramp right there, and I could see that being really, really nice. Maybe for some whittling or for some other techniques right there too. Super nice little area right there. Some people aren't going to like the way that that looks. I personally do. It's a unique blade shape if nothing else, and honestly I think that that's what we need nowadays. There are plenty of titanium frame lock flippers out there, so let's get a unique design in here for once, and I really like that. I'm happy with it. I can't complain. The handles here are done, like I mentioned, in a semi-integral construction, so it looks like there is only one piece, but it's actually 2. The difference is almost imperceptible. Beautiful milling done here on these handles, and then a very nice titanium and blue titanium anodization going on here. It almost looks like they did a dark blue, and then they tumbled it, and then they did a secondary lighter blue, and that's really good. Unfortunately, this clip has come with a very significant problem. It's like I can't get a good knife nowadays. If you take a look at the clip, it's actually under so much tension right now that it's actually bent. If you can see that on the video, there is no spring to this thing at all. I tried to put this in my pants, and it is so tight, I can't even lift it off of the thing without really hurting my hand. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. That is really unusual. It's almost like this part of the clip right here wasn't shaved down enough, and so it's bent up like this and pushing down. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it is just not usable, and that's really disappointing. I don't think the first one I had was like that, so here I am getting 2 lemons in a row, and I'm kind of frustrated by that. Reate, to me, is one of the very best companies on the market in terms of quality and fit and finish. So to see them have 2 mistakes like this in a row on the same knife is extremely disheartening. I just don't know what to say about that. I'll have to talk to my friend Perry, who sent this one to me, for some advice on what to do next. But what I will say is, if we throw out the clip issue right here, my final diagnosis on this knife is this is the best EDC Tashi design that's currently available. There are some great knives out there. The Fox Knives Phoenix comes to mind. I really wish that I could get my hands on one of those that has an M390 blade, but it's around the same price point, somewhere in the low 300s. That Tashi McGinnis High Tech was in the $500 range. They had them on mass drop recently for about $350. And the muscle is above $400. So this is relatively an affordable option. It's smaller, it's more EDC friendly, it's lighter. I actually didn't weigh it for you guys, so I'll bust that one out. But it is a very nice overall EDC size, coming in at 4.2 ounces, very carryable, a little bit heavy for a knife of this smallness right here, but very carryable with a regular clip. So I need you guys to tell me, like, do you have this problem with your clip? I didn't see this on the first one. I had the spots on the blade the first time. This is incredibly frustrating. I just don't know what to say. Very out of character for Reate knives to have anything wrong with them, much less 2 knives in a row to have a significant problem. But again, final diagnosis is this is the best Tashi EDC design on the market today. Give it a very serious look. If you are looking for a knife that is smooth, well built, and very nice to use, take a look at it. But I would say to ask whoever's selling it to you to take a look at it before they send it to you, so that you know you're getting a good one. The spots on the blade and the pocket clip may be areas to pay attention to. I really like the design. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Click like and subscribe to my channel here. And as always, guys, this is Dr. Frunkey saying take care.